I'm going to refer to the Economic Council of Canada. This report came out in 1991. These recommendations on mass immigration were completely ignored by the establishment parties. Completely ignored. They just went on with their mass immigration, despite the findings of the Economic Council of Canada 1991 report. It came out in 1990 to 1991. Please look this up. I'm going to highlight a few points from this report. Basically, the first one they say is that the net economic benefits of immigration to Canadians is very, very small, around 1%. And this 1% didn't consider the environmental factors. If they had, immigration might have been discovered to be a significant cost to Canadians. So that's finding number one. It should be noted as well, immigration has not been necessary for our country's population growth, nor for its prosperity. For much of Canada's history, natural increase, not immigration, has driven the growth of population. There is no sustained correlation between immigration and economic growth. Just remember that. And this is another report that says that. And here, the scale economies are virtually zero. When an immigration-induced population increase of 1 million, the national average productivity would rise a mere 0.11%. Can you believe that, everyone? And the current government is actually bringing in 1 million new immigrants over 3 years. We're going to have very little increase in our productivity as a country. Yeah, we're going to have all this welfare drain, and we're going to go into that. Another point, a popular belief is that immigrants benefit the economy because they are different from native-born residents. And I'm sorry to say, everyone, this is just nonsense. There is no theoretical or analytical research that examines potential spillover effects from immigrants to hosts. Indirect evidence suggests that there are no significant spillover effects. Again, here's another point. Immigrants pay more taxes than they consume in services. That's the only time when Canada will benefit from immigrants coming to a country. As John said.
That's not correct.
No, but it's only if they pay more taxes.
Yeah.
And what's happening in Canada, everyone, the immigrants coming in are consuming more services than they're paying taxes, as John said. So it's draining our country. It's draining our resources.
30 billion a year.
30 billion a year. Here's another point, everyone. The current government was pushing diversity on everyone. Well, according to the Economic Council of Canada, diversity can produce positive and negative results. Basic psychological research shows that both very simple and very complex environments will have relatively negative effects on skill development compared with effects of moderately complex learning environment. The same is true of adapting social institutions to meet the needs of a culturally more diverse population. Caution is needed. Caution is needed was the advice of the Economic Council of Canada. Diversity is not our strength. It's draining us. Even the Economic Council of Canada warned about it back in 1991. Can you believe that? And now it's getting pushed on us.
Mention one thing on the difference between immigrant and growth of the economy and per capita, the impact on per capita income. Germany did a study. As you know, they took in 1 million immigrants, many of them Syrian, in the last couple of years. That increased their population by 1.2%. Okay. Now, the German study showed that because of this migration, this inflow, the German economy increased by 0.6%. So what that means is, okay, the economy grew going to make some developers and speculators very happy. Rents go up, cost of labor goes down or stagnates. But what that indicates is that per capita income dropped by 0.6% because you had 1.2% more people, but income only went up 0.6%. So per capita income actually declined. That's what that study illustrates. So a bigger economy doesn't benefit most people.
Yeah, and that's not including all the social, cultural impacts and let's say criminal aspects of it, right, John?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't have good data on that. I'm going to Europe in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be looking at this specifically because there's a lot of discussion of this, and I want to find out what the real story is. But certainly, I think in the States, the likelihood of, and now we're talking, I think it was illegal immigrants, they're about 2.5 times more likely to be involved in criminal activities than the population of the States as a whole. We, of course, don't have stats on that in Canada because that's, we don't have anything on the impacts of immigration for a reason. There's a reason for that. And anything, in most respects, any analysis of immigration will not be flattering to the levels that we have now.